This is FBI Angels here, going live. It's been a while since I came on this page, particularly to come live. But I want to share with you guys something very important, along with all the government treason and fraud that I've been sharing on this page, and all the people that join this page. I'm not sure what everyone's purpose is coming to this page. And they're sharing things, and a lot of the comments, or just not answering questions. The questions to even get on this page is kind of difficult to determine. Like, what are you here for? Um, Again, this page is to expose the fraud, treason, and to get help from governmental officials, people in authority, such as lawyers, such as judges, who have obtained this authority somehow. uh, Whatever works um, to the government's benefit to help we the people, of course, will accept the help. Again, I'm exposing government fraud, treason, in every case, every which way possible. So today's topic, as you would see it, is life insurance scam, buying into a policy, not law. Buying into a policy, not law. Very important words. We ought to think about that. I want to talk about this company here today. That's right, Globe Life. Let's talk about it. Now, I received, because I was with Globe Life for a few. I'm not with their policy anymore, but it was an okay policy if you wanted to just pay that fee, and of course all the bull crap you get from a lot of their employees there, when it comes to the truth and receiving their benefits. So, it was a few years ago that Globe Life used to send these coupons, which by law, the only thing that stops them from being a check is the things they write on the back of it, stating that it's not a check and that's this, that, and the other, but it looks like a check. They stopped sending me those after I then wrote to the company stating that this is a check. So they started sending me these again. The application, of course, and this little booklet, and that's all they give me now. So I haven't seen the ones that actually look like a check in a while, and they usually have $50,000 on it or $25,000 on it, right? Very interesting, right? How they run that game, and how the courts and the government go along with it to not render that as what it looks like. So, let's look at this. Globe Life. Protect your family with up to $50,000 term life insurance. Look at this, right? Easy to apply. They say no medical exam. Simple application. You see my question marks there? Right? And I'm putting question marks there for a reason. And the reason is 18 USC 1001, misleading information, right? Fast approval process. But I got right there, you're denied by medical conditions. Fast approval process, but you're denied by medical conditions, usually, right? They say no waiting period, 30-day money back guarantee. That's a question mark. Again, misleading information, 18 USC 1001. Question. Do you ever get your money back? If you don't like their policy, do you ever get your money back? They make that hard for you, right? So as I open it, yeah, start to mark some things in here. It says, finally, life insurance you can afford. But before I explain that's misleading information, once again, 18 USC 1001, let's look at this. Monthly rates for women, monthly rates for men. And they have things set up by age and by gender, right? 18 to 20, right? For $5,000 monthly, you can pay $2.17. $10,000 for women, $3.07, right? 20,000, $4.87, and to the most 50,000, $10.26, right? That's if you're 18 to 20 years old. Okay, for men, of course, 5,000 would be $2.70, right? And for 10,000, $4.52, 20,000, $8.16, and the most 50,000, $19.10, compared to the women, $10.26 to $19, right? Difference, right? Like a $9 difference, right? And as you get older, they have you paying a lot more. Let's look at the senior citizens. Well, let's look at my age group, right? Let's see, 36 to 40, right? Again, for men, be $46.70 for women. My age group would be $29.81. Okay. For the senior citizens, women, the oldest 86 to 89 years old, they're paying women $526.99, which is ridiculous for a senior citizen to be paying that much anyway, right? And then for the men, $797.49, right? So the older you are, the more you have to pay. And women pay less than men, right? But they say, finally, life insurance you can afford. Really? Misleading information, 18 USC 1001. They say, choose the coverage option that's best for you and your family. That's misleading information. You can't choose the best option that's best for you and your family when they're, separated into groups, paid by age, paid by gender. You can't make an option to pay the woman fee if you're the man, or the younger fee if you're old, right? So how can you choose the best coverage option for you and your family if they won't allow you to, due to age, due to gender, right? Misleading information, 18 USC 1001. Again, we should be getting paid off this fraud these people are selling to us, right? Nobody wants to talk about that. Not many people are bringing that up to the city councils in your areas, whether you're from the city of Detroit, Michigan or not. Make this known. And if you want to share this video, please do, to people with authority, people with power, that see this, that make some changes with different things. I'm just speaking out on behalf of we the people. Globe Life, all these different insurances is ridiculous. Of course, I believe healthcare should be free. It should be funded through grant money anyway. These hospitals, just like the schools, have help with funding, and libraries help with funding. We shouldn't have to pay into this stuff when these people should be benefiting like a nonprofit, right? Right, if there's, right? So, uh, and I'm not including the insurances there. They're just operating in fraud, period. It's this whole scheme like the casinos, right? Wanted to share that with you. Um, they say send no money now at the bottom. Send no money now. But they send you this. They send you this, though. And on the back it says, please be sure this information is complete. Name, address, birth date, phone number. 2, be sure to indicate your coverage amount as shown and sign the application. So no, this is still misleading. Send no money now. No, they want your money now. they want your money now. Look at the application. When you look at the application, right? When you open up the application, again, going back to the brochure, it says no medical exam, simple application. Then why, when you open up the application, it asks you questions like these. Look at 1, 2, and 3. Why even ask? Why even ask, right? Is the proposed insured currently disabled due to illness, confined to a hospital or nursing facility, or does the proposed insured require the use of a wheelchair? Yes or no? 2, in the past 3 years, has the proposed insured been diagnosed or treated by a member of the medical profession for cancer, coronary artery disease, blah, 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 chronic kidney, immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS, whatever, right? 3, does the proposed insured have any chronic illness or condition which requires periodic medical care?
It's 7 o'clock.
Or may require future surgery, right? Why even ask those questions if you say no medical exam is needed? They're offering, they should be offering this to any and everybody, right? Right? And if you ask me, the death of someone should be covered by the government, should be covered by the state anyway. When somebody dies, the government should be freely paying for that, right? I mean, after all, they're using your tax dollars to make their banks, right? They're using your tax dollars to fund everything and to even make themselves rich, right? They're spending our money. It's not their money. It's the tax dollars of we the people, right? And even if people are secured party / creditors or whatever, and they're not paying the taxes on certain things, again, when you go to these grocery stores, you're still paying taxes. You're being taxed on something or some form or fashion, right? And even some of those secured party creditor / creditors are still probably operating in ways that they are still consenting to some things that the government offer, but not everything. And you don't have to. According to UCC 1-308, you don't have to. Your rights are reserved. But people don't really want to talk about that. They look at us crazy. They want you to go by their policies, the courts, these insurance people, these corporations, the state, the government. They want you to go by their policies, but they are overlooking the law, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They are overlooking inalienable rights, right? Human rights. If you overlook that, you ain't got nothing to say to me, right? And I just need everybody to be on one accord with that, right? Again, feel free to share this video. Feel free to even, because I'm going to be getting, again, starting back with meeting with council members, starting to talk, and letting my voice be heard. And again, I need a lot of you officials out there that's looking at these videos. I know a lot of people come on this page trying to, I see a lot of FBI people looking, and people that call themselves FBI, but they're not, right? And I need you guys to really unify with the fact that we the people are the ones that are in control. We the people are the masters, right? Not the government. They are those people, the people that work for us. They are our servants. And they hate to hear that, but it's the truth. They hate to hear it, but it's the truth. So again, I need your support. I'm accepting donations to help move this, to help this movement. I'm working with some people that's trying to get on the ballot. Me myself trying to get back on the ballot, trying to get started. I can't run this year. I ran a little too late, but I encourage everyone to go and vote for Raymond Jackson once his name is on the ballot, and Teresa Williams. When you see her name on the ballot, she's running for city clerk in Michigan. And I know a lot of people on here is not from Michigan or Detroit, but again, I believe that all states should operate under the same laws and drop these policies. Every state to state shouldn't operate differently, because it messes up freedom. It messes up liberty. It messes up the UCC codes that these people are supposed to be following, and they wonder why. When we come up in there and tell them the truth, and they want to bully you into believing that you have to pay for a license, right? When you're free to travel, right? Again, I hate the fact that whoever pushed that bill, HR, what was that? About this real ID. I don't trust it. Neither should you. You already bought into the passport. You already bought into their license. So if they're calling it a real ID, then the one we have must be a fake. So they still owe us money because that's fraud, right? They still owe us money because it's fraud. And I need a court judge to second that, right? To show me that you agree, right in the comments. I see some judges in here, right? I don't know if they're in here just to, check in what I'm doing or what FBI Angels is about, right? I don't care about none of that. The truth is the truth, and it will make you free, right? So again, if you want to donate, I'm looking for some big money. I'm looking for $100 or more. You can Cash App, $, capital J, capital C, lowercase HANDLER, 1987. That's $ J Chandler, 1987. So that will directly comes to me, and I'll do with those funds to move and fight for we the people. Because again, if you go through this page and all the things that you see, again, and I put this booklet out. I put this booklet together about government treason, and again, when I sent it out to the president, I sent it out to the vice president, I sent it to a lot of Senate and council members, I sent it around. They hate for us to use their emails. They always want us to call so they can direct us to these machines and cut us off at a certain time, or tell us to write in their forms online, and then they have like these errors on their online website where you can't send what you have to say, or where you have to limit what you have to say, so it can fit, so you can be able to even send it. If you got to limit what I have to say, I don't want to use your website. I'd rather say what I got to say, send it in an email, boom, you get everything I have to say, right? But they don't make that an option for we the people, right? That's an issue for me. And it should be an issue for you, right? And I reached out to the news, every one of them, right? And nobody wants to pick up this article, right? They don't want to pick up on it. It's a little too, it's a little too much. Nobody's ready for that, right? Nobody's ready for it. But again, those who are Republican, those who are Democratic, I don't care about none of that. Right? None of those parties, right? I care about what's right, right? I care about what's right. And again, the Republicans voted for Trump, right? And Trump has a lot of his policies, he's throwing out executive orders like candy, right? And some of them I understand, like, why? I think the court should be attacked. I think the court should be going down this hard, don't make it easy for these courts, because they don't make it easy for you, right? Don't make it easy for the police officers. They don't make it easy for you when they stop you, right? Don't make it easy for these tyrants. They don't make it easy for us, right? I don't have pity for them, right? But what I do have pity for is we the people that's been suffering. They've been cheating us out of our money, taking it from our communities and giving it to, putting it in their own pockets, right? And these foreign bank accounts, making themselves rich somewhere else, right? Not even supporting Americans, right? They're not supporting us, right? The land of the free, the home of the brave, we supposed to have free health care like Canada, right? Why not, right? Why do they have to cut off EBT? Everybody should be on it, right? Nobody that I know makes above $250,000 or more than that, $750,000 a month or a year, right? It'd be nice, right? Nobody I know is really that rich, right? People are struggling. Everybody should have EBT. They shouldn't limit EBT to just buying food. People need toiletries. Why we can't afford to get that too, right? Why set limits and policies on stuff, right? Free healthcare. Give everybody an EBT card, right? Everybody don't want to just spend their money. They want to spend something that the state give us back our money, right? While we're waiting on the tax return, right? If we're gonna do the IRS thing, we don't have to, right? It's voluntarily, right? And this whole idea of them making you believe that you have to, same thing with taking out a loan. They make you take out your own money and assume that you owe it. So as long as they assume it, they come after you and try to make you pay it. As long as they assume you owe the IRS, they come after you and try to make you pay it. They assume things. They assume things too much. And I was taught that we shouldn't assume. So why in the hell is the government assuming things and getting away with it and making us the debtors, making us hold these debts that they owe? According to 31 USC 3123, right? According to 18 USC, what's that? 8, right? Or is that 31 USC 8? I think that's 18 USC 8. Yes, 18 USC Section 8. Obligation or other security of the United States. Right? Do you hear Jasmine Crockett talking about that? Do you hear any other parties, whether Democratic or Republican, talking about it? Reparations. What about reparations? Well, they feel we don't deserve that. I got a petition out there. 2024-202. It was signed, the city clerk, but they didn't push it through, right? It's not in the White House. It's not in front of Congress. It's not made into an HR bill yet. That's what I want, right? Somebody pick up my petition, put it out there. Since I'm having a hard time trying to do it myself. I need help, right? I need your support. I need your money, right? Fighting for reparations and a whole bunch of other things. It's all in that pamphlet that I put out there. It's right there. Treason is right on this page. government treason. You'll see that. You'll see my petition all up in there. Right? At least what I'm fighting for on the petition. Right? But you'll also see the actual petition of me sending it in to the city clerk and them with their names on it signed. Right? And I can share that again if I have to. But leave a comment. Right? It's ridiculous. And this is the thing. I know I can't stop prophecy of, if you believe the Bible. I believe the Bible. I'm a Bible believer. You can't stop prophecy that tribulation is coming and, things is going to get worse. But before it get worse, let's make it better, y'all. Right? The scriptures still say that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. What about that part? Let's make that a reality right now. Right? Give us our reparations. Right? Make healthcare free. Give everybody EBT card, right? Everybody don't want to spend their money all the time. Come on, right? Make it last. Make it. Don't cut us off every year, right? Make this thing ongoing, right? We the people deserve it because the foolishness, the government, and you elite people putting us through. Y'all owe us. The law says you owe us. Again, 18 U.S.C. 8, 31 U.S.C. 3123. If that's not enough, it's like, hey, I'm going to flip it on you, what y'all try to flip on us. I assume that you owe it. So therefore, you have to pay it. Right? I assume that we are the masters and you all are the servants. So therefore, y'all need to do your job and fix the situation. I need somebody to stand with me. I need some people to stand with me. Now, I know everybody is not unified in mind. People got other ideas. When I go into the council members, I went speaking to council members, and every time I speak with the public, I hear amens and people agreeing with what I'm saying, but everybody is not ready to push that point because, again, a lot of the stuff that the government has already established is still good to people. It's still good. And we're working with it because a lot of people want to dip into that pie too. But again, the pie is a lot bigger than what the government has exposed to us, right? I mean, again, 31 USC 3123, 18 USC 8. How big is that picture? I mean, we're talking about getting out of paying rent. We're talking about getting out of paying phone bills, all this stuff, right? It's paid. It's prepaid. I mean, some people will say it's prepaid because they know you're going to pay it, but it's prepaid, right? Somebody has to pay it, right? They say, right? But when you think about it, didn't Elon Musk just expose that they have 14 machines that just it just makes money out the air? 14 machines. What are they using those machines for? Right? Already exposed where all this money has been sent to. Right? A lot of people don't care about Elon Musk. There's a lot of phony stuff going on in every party with everybody. And why in the heck is Bill Gates still running stuff and doing stuff? Why is he not in? Right? Let's work this thing out. Let's get it done. Again, Cash App, $, capital J, Chandler, J, capital J, capital C. That's J Chandler, 1987. All right, I'm out. Please leave your comments. Please stand with me. Thank you.